DJ Money, Mr. Chris himself. All right, Chris, you gonna be looking at Egypt the whole time?
Looking at you, not at the camera.
Yeah, just gonna be looking over here.
And if you have like a point you want to make and you just want to turn on one of the cameras, just do it.
You wanna monkey around, give us the finger. I got one in the set that said that black motherfucker, you know, whatever.
All right, beginning of block 1.
Hold on. Remember when you answer your question, speak a little louder because there's gonna be a lot of wind. And all set.
Cool. All right, block 1. Why is a DJ so important to the establishment?
Oh, Jesus. Starting out at the beginning, and I'm gonna fucking. Why is a DJ so important to the establishment? We're the backbone. We make if we don't make it happen, ain't nobody gonna make it happen. We are the club. You know? I mean, without us, the club ain't shit. Well, I mean, the dancers too, but they help a little.
That's good. Speak up a little louder.
What makes you different than a radio, a mobile, or a nightclub DJ?
We feed off the crowd. We make the place hype. I mean, if we get a live crowd, you know, we feed off that energy. A radio DJ, you're in your little booth, you're in your little, you know, studio. We get the crowd going, you get the crowd throwing money, you get the crowd chanting or hollering shit, you know, and we feed off that energy. Vice versa.
How did you first start off in this industry?
Oh man. By accident. I mean, I was always DJing, spinning in the nightclubs and stuff like that. Strip club DJing, I just stopped in a couple different places, was putting in applications, just looking for some extra work. And that same night that I put in an application at this one club, I went home, took a shower, and my wife came and got me out of the shower. She said, "Hey, this guy's on the phone for you." And the guy's like, "I need a DJ right now. Get your ass over here." Okay. Never strip club DJ'd, you know, but I mean, went out on tour and did stuff like that, so I was, you know, I knew my way around the booth and shit like that already. But pretty much by accident, you know, just somebody got sick or didn't show up and they called me and got a taste of that money, and ever since.
Nice. Now, I know you're retired, but was it a job, a lifestyle, or something you were just doing to pass the time?
While working? No, it was a job. I mean, like I said, it started out as just looking for extra work, looking for some extra money. But then when you get a taste of that money, you know, that nightly tip, it's you get addicted to it, and it becomes your life. You know, it literally does become your life. So a little bit of everything, I guess you'd say.
Block 2. What was your preference in software, mic, mixers, lighting?
Really didn't have a choice in say in the matter in the lights. You know, whatever the club. I mean, I've worked at so many different clubs, and whatever they had going, you know, I worked from the shittiest lighting system to the top of the line. Software, virtual DJ was, you know, good. I mean, you got to remember, I came up from. They were using vinyl in strip clubs sometimes, you know. So and then CDs, then to the computers. So I like dealing with virtual DJ.
Yes.
Mics, I'm a sure guy. Sure. However you want to say it. I say sure.
Booby Trap and Pompano, I work over there, and they still have the fucking bolts into the fucking cement where the turntables were. They just put a fucking counter all over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I literally remember working on some vinyl in some strip clubs. Fucking, you know, it's cute.
Now, how do you run and explain what a rotation is?
What is a rotation? That's a good question. To this day, I still don't know what a rotation is. And I don't think half the girls do either. Rotation, you make your list. I mean, so it varies with different clubs. Depends on how you stagger your stages. But a basic rotation is just you go down your list. If somebody is doing a dance, you should, in a decent club, get a call from the floor guy, and you know, you skip her and you go back to you go to the next row. When she comes out of the room, you put her back in rotation so she doesn't miss her slot. But man, I've worked with all kinds. I mean, I've worked from the best of them to the worst of them, and every excuse in between, whether it's the floor guys that don't help you with the rotation, the girls that don't help with the rotation. I've seen it all, brother.
What's the difference between the Dade, Broward, and the Palm Beach markets?
Money. Your up north clubs, I think, are now you know your Dade clubs are more ghetto now, more. I don't know the word to say. Yeah, it's just you get the little thugs in there now, and I mean, yeah, they're spending money, but the upper class are going up north, you know, and it's always been that way. I think the money's always been up north, you know. The Dade County scene has just been about booty shaking, and you know, up north you get the more implants and then the more, you know, penthouse bodies and shit like that. Down here, if you can shake your ass, then you can make money. You know what I mean?
Yeah, makes sense. What were some of the old school promos and dance specials that are no longer practiced? What are some of your favorites to get the crowd just going?
Well, me and this guy named Richard, man, we did it all, brother. This goes back to where your first question, I think it was, with the DJ and how important he is to the club. Back then, you know, the DJ was a rock star, man. You know, we didn't have to ask permission for anything. We didn't have to go through a manager or go through a floor guy or even the bathroom attendant, you know, like fucking, we did what we wanted to do, and if it worked, and if it didn't, hey, c'est la vie, next night, you know? But we used to run some crazy promos. I mean, we would just make shit up. Oh man, what was the Star Wars one?
Star Wars one.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're gonna have to refresh my memory on this one.
We had the fucking premiere tickets that we made up, remember?
For episode 1.
For the Phantom Menace.
For episode 1, Star Wars, episode 1, The Phantom Menace, me and Richard, we just made it up. We said, man, I mean, this was like, it was the hottest movie, kind of like what the new Star Wars is right now. It was just like, we just made it up. We said, you know, because we were doing so many giveaways. The club we were working at, we'd give away magazines or T-shirts or posters. When we ran out of shit to give, we would do trivia. And we, you know, whether it was sports trivia or movie trivia or music trivia. And I forget, it was something around the lines of if you could name whatever the contest was, you know, whatever we came up with. We got free tickets to the new Star Wars, which we didn't. We didn't have no fucking tickets. I mean, if we had them, we damn sure weren't giving them away. So we said that, and we were doing crazy giveaways like that. And I think it was a week later, we
came out in one of the magazines.
One of the magazines. 2 local South Florida DJs are giving tickets away to Star Wars, and we're like, oh shit! Like, we're expecting a knock on the door from Lucas, you know, like, hey, the fuck you giving tickets away? Yeah, we came out in the magazine, like, just because we were doing. But I mean, it was cool. It kept the club hype. It wasn't. There was no animosity if people didn't get the tickets or did, you know. It literally kept. I mean, when we run trivia or something, like, we'd literally have the whole crowd like, whoa, you know, like screaming and. But it didn't take away from the girls. It interacted with the girls. I mean, you always got your boring drink specials, and which, I mean, if you're a local in the clubs, you know the drink specials already. You know, so you know they barely listen to the DJ when it comes to shit like that. But you throw some interesting shit in there, you start giving away some different shit rather than your typical T-shirt or magazine, or you do some different shit, and oh man, it gets their attention. It gets them going. So we always had fun with the giveaways. We would also I would go into another room in the club, and he would call you. We had a phone system in the DJ booth where you could put it on speaker and hear it on the microphone of the club. And Richard, oh man, we got so and so on the line tonight. And I'd be on the other line doing the imitations like
Ozzy
Osbourne.
Ozzy
Yeah.
was the
Oh
big
God, I
one.
don't even think I could do Ozzy anymore. But we got Ozzy Osbourne, and the whole crowd would turn around and look at the DJ booth. Hold on, let me put the music down. Ozzy, so what are you doing in town? And you know, I would just mumble some crazy shit, and the whole crowd would be like, Ozzy! And they'd start screaming, and like, really? You know? We always had fun with our shit. But yeah, just different kinds of promos. keeps it energetic, keeps it fresh. You know, it's not the same old. Here she is, there she was, and you know, good night. Keeps it fun. So.
You know, everybody else is talking about dollar dances and
Dollar
2-for-1s and blah, blah, blah. It's the first time I've heard something other than that, and that Star Wars idea is pretty fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, man. We didn't give a fuck. God, I'm sure if you gave me time, I'd think of some other shit.
Tell them about how we used to do the amateur contest, because nobody's brought up the amateur contest.
Oh yeah, the
Remember how we
amateur
used to do the amateur contest?
Yeah, everybody's got their amateur contest where, you know, okay, contestant number 1, she likes so and so, you know, like your typical. She's 5'11" and she, you know, whatever. Your boring ass questions. We made up a questionnaire like, who's your favorite star and where would you like to fuck them, and like, I mean, we got down and dirty with it, you know. And again, this is back in the days where you could do that. Now everybody's so, oh my god, you know, fuck that. We didn't give a fuck. We said what we wanted. We did what we wanted. It was good times, man. But yeah, we just. Do you remember we had the Wet and Wild Wednesdays, and you know, typical Wet and Wild, you know, whatever.
And the Foxy boxing.
But now I come from the 80s, you know, like Fort Lauderdale Strip and everything, you know, where the clubs were doing all this type, and we brought that back in the 90s and the 2000s. We bring the pool out, the big inflatable pool, and we'd fill it with like the wet lubricant and, you know, some water or whatever. And I'd get in there with the referee shirt, he'd be up in the booth, I'd be with the cordless, you know, fucking out there, and we'd get 2 girls in there. Now the problem with that, it's all fun. I mean, everybody had fun with the idea, and they would wrestle and stuff. But you get 2 girls in there that don't like each other. They want to kill each other.
It's a better show.
I mean, oh yeah, definitely. For me, it was all entertainment. But we had these girls one time. They're going at it, and you know, I mean, there's about like this much liquid in the tub, because you're talking about a pool about this big, and there's like this much liquid in it. So one girl, she's got the girl on her back, and she's supposed to pin her shoulders down or whatever. Well, there's a little bit too much liquid in there. So she's got the girl, and she's holding her by her throat under the water. And, you know, I'm like, all right, we got a winner, yeah, you know, doing the whole, whatever. Meanwhile, the girl's underwater. And I'm like, is she doing this, like, you know, fake? Is she, like, what the fuck's going on here? She's trying to kill this chick. So I'm like, all right, you know, I'm trying to pull the other chick off her. And when I see I can't move her, I know there's a problem. And she starts, bitch, you fucked my man, I'm going to kill you. The chick's underwater. So, yeah, we had to kind of get rid of Wet and Wild Wednesdays. That didn't last too long. But yeah, I mean, we always threw, whether it was, again, where we worked, we had the freedom to do whatever. And if we wanted to pick you out of the crowd and have an erotic banana eating, if we saw a couple in the crowd, like a couple, you know, like 2 or 3 couples, let's throw them on stage and have them, you know, send the door guy to the store and get some bananas, an erotic banana eating contest out there. Or if the waitresses had some nice ass, let's get them on stage and have a booty contest. And always on the spur of the moment, always doing some fun shit. And I don't see that these days anymore. I don't see none of that in the clubs, which is why I retired. No, I'm just kidding.
It's a fucking piece
Bring
of
back
shit.
Wet and Wild Wednesdays. I'm back.
Oh, sweet. This is good. I'm getting a bit of a shadow, but it's not that bad. I kind of like it. It's not bad at all.
You go.
Yeah, no, keep going.
In your opinion, what's the difference between striptease, burlesque, go-go, and cabaret dancing?
Striptease, burlesque, go-go, and
Cabaret.
Just the quality of the show, the difference in the difference in the show. You know, your burlesque was all about to me, it was all about the costumes and, you know, little, you know, little skirts and all that. Striptease is more erotic. It's a tease. Yeah, just to me, it's just the quality of the show and the outfits and what you want to put into it and stuff like that. That's to me the difference. I mean, I could be wrong, but I've been known to always be right.
To you, the difference between day shift and night shift?
Money. No. Difference between day shift and night shift. You know what? Yes, money, of course. And you know what? I don't give a fuck who I piss off. I said I wasn't gonna talk shit, but I'm gonna talk shit. That's just my style. Day shift got their shit together, man. You know, day shift, it's run so smooth. You know, I don't know. It's more like a family on the day shift. Your day shift crew all get together. You know, everybody's on the same page. Night shift, it's every man for themselves. And that's another thing that brought this business down, that I'm not into it that much anymore, is everybody's got their hand in the cookie jar these days. Day shift, everybody meshes. Everybody, it's you know, the wheel keeps turning no matter what. You know, night shift, there's always something that sticks in that spoke and stops the wheel, man. Whether somebody else is being more greedy than the other guy, or this chick's fucking this manager or this floor guy, and she gets, you know, better props. I mean, don't get me wrong, it goes on day shift too, but it's a tighter shift that's run. You know, I love working night shift. Don't get me wrong, I wasn't always a night shift DJ, but when you have the opportunity to do both, it's night and day. It's such a difference, and my hat's off to the day shift guys. I mean, you set us up in the nighttime. You know what I mean? If we come in and from the slightest, stupidest little thing, if the DJ booth is messy, then, you know, we got to clean up your shit. Plus, we got to, you know, set up for our shit. And, you know, that night shift is about to bang at 6 o'clock. You know, everybody's getting off work, and if that's when your shift is. But it's, like I said, my hat's off to the day shift guys. You guys keep the shit going. And then me personally, I was always one of those DJs that showed up on time for my shift. I won't name any names. There's one guy out there. One guy. Is it about to storm out there? No. Okay.
I don't think it's gonna storm.
No, we're good. Okay. There's one guy out there that hates to show up on time. He's that one DJ that, yeah. Man, come on, man. Look out for the next man. Come on. You know, like, but you know, you're supposed to be there at 6 o'clock, and it's now 7:15, and you're calling to say you're gonna be late. Hello. So just, you know, there's no respect in the game anymore. That's why, you know, me and anybody that I ever worked with or tried to work with, we were brothers. You know, we kept it. Me and Richard, man, we're brothers. You guys seem tight as hell. You know, it's a brotherhood, man. You gotta look after the next guy. So that's just me getting a little shit off my shoulder.
Aww.
Sorry.
I like that. That was good. Okay. Explain what it feels like to have the perfect storm. The right dancer, the right music, the perfect crowd, the feeling of just being on top of your game.
Oh, man. What does it feel like?
Yeah.
It feels great. You feel like you're invincible. You feel like you're top #1 DJ. Nobody can touch you. You know, like fucking, you want to rip open your shirt and show the S, and there's always that other next guy ready to come up behind you. No, it's a good feeling when especially because so many things can go wrong in a shift. I mean, Jesus, so many things can go wrong in an hour, in a half an hour, and when you're on top of your game and you're on the mic and you're gold and you're spitting out some good shit and the crowd's vibing off you and they're chanting and you know, having a great time, and the club's making money, the VIP's full, the bar's full, the girls are making a ton of cash on stage, you got a hot feature that night that everybody's waiting around, you're on top of the world, man. It's the best fucking feeling. And then at the end of the shift, you're counting that bread. Yeah, man, it's a good feeling.
All right, stop for a second. Chris, you're doing good. Can you move over just a little bit that way? I want to make sure the sun gets your face.
Oh, Jesus, it's right in.
Is that too much?
Yeah.
All right, sit back where you were then. All right, hold on. Now you good?
Yep.
Yeah, because I'm getting some shadows, but I think we can clear that up.
Can't wait to hear the answer to this.
Oh
Clear.
my God.
Nah, this is good, because this one's better. All right.
Who, in your opinion, is the most successful or your favorite South Florida DJ, and why?
I knew ahead of time that question was coming. You know what, man? For the sake of the project, I'm not gonna comment. Sorry, I have a. Yeah. Sorry, man.
It's all right.
okay.
Whatever you're
It's all
comfortable
right.
with. No problem.
I don't want to turn this into something like that, man.
Cool. All right, we're jumping in right into block 3. How does your family, loved ones, or kids feel about your job?
My family, loved ones, my kids feel about my job. Everybody's always known what I've done. It's, you know, I never had to hide it from anybody. Of course, you know, as my kids got older and were in junior high and high school, I was the top dad around, you know, like my dad works in the strip club. No, everybody was cool with it. Everybody loved it. I mean, especially when that money was coming in, everybody loved it. No, nobody ever had a problem with it. I met one wife there, so could have did without that one, but yeah, I met her there. Not as a dancer.
We can skip the next one, actually.
Yeah, skip
Sorry.
Okay. What are some of the pitfalls? Explain how it always sucks to be on call, working on your days off, covering for assholes you don't like, and doing double shifts.
Yeah, that it does suck. Like, to every upside, there's a downside. You are on call because the minute that guy, I mean, the show's got to go on. The minute that guy doesn't show up or decides, you know, he doesn't want to show up, it trickles down. And especially if you're the new guy in the club, that really sucks. You got to pay your dues. And then the minute you don't show up, you're out. You can't, if you have a family, if you're a single guy in this business, it's great. You know, hey, fuck it. You get called into work. You get to make money that night. You get to mess around with some chicks at work, or you know, go out to eat after work with some chicks and potential whatever. So if you're single, it's a great life. If you got a family, my family was always understanding, but me personally, I'm a family guy with my kids. It sucks. You can't plan anything. Okay, I'm going out of town. I'm going to Disney for the weekend, you know, with the kids. And you're halfway, you know, down the Florida Turnpike to Orlando, and you get that call, hey, so-and-so didn't show up, and there's nobody else. You got to look at your family and, hey, sorry, daddy's got to go to work, you know? it sucks. But there's that, like I said, that upside and that downside, because that's what supports you. That's what, you know, keeps that roof over your head and the clothes on your kids' back, so you got to do it.
Explain to us some of the stuff that you hated. The staff treating you like shit, girls not paying tip out, or showing up late to stage, floor guys thinking that they're better than you, they're their boss, never helping, some of the crazy customer requests, and of course the relief DJ showing up late, which I think you kind of covered.
Yeah.
But how do you handle it, and share some of the crazy stories, if you can, with all the madness?
Oh, wow. Okay, what do I hate about the business? What are some of the pet peeves in the business, so to speak? Like I mentioned, you know, your relief DJ not showing up on time, and you've been there, and it's been a hard shift. You're ready to get out. And just general courtesy, you know, for them to show up on time, anyways. But your floor guys that don't call you to tell you when so and so's in the VIP room, and you're calling her on stage, and they're not helping you out. You got to literally leave the DJ booth to walk and run around the club and look for them, and they're sitting there having a conversation with somebody, you know, not doing their jobs. Again, DJs aren't perfect. I'm sure, like everybody else in the business, has their, you know, their bitches about the DJs, but from a DJ's point of view, yeah, I could run down the line, man. Girls thinking that I've been here for 5 years, I got seniority over this, I don't need to show up to the stage. Matter of fact, I don't need to even tell you that I don't have to go to the stage. And if you don't like it, go tell the manager, because I just blew him an hour ago, so he's not going to do anything anyways. I worked at a club where I mentioned everybody having their hand in the cookie jar. Sorry, lights are really nice. Everybody having their hand in the cookie jar. And that's become a big problem in some clubs. It's cool if everybody's splitting the pie, you know, but when you get that one guy that's getting more greedy, and it fucks up the flow of things, man. Like I said, you're not getting the calls on the radio. Your floor guy is friends with the manager, and they hang out on the weekends and go fishing and whatever. So I don't have to fucking talk to you. You're just a DJ, you know? There was a time, like I said, when DJs, we were rock stars. Nobody questioned us. We were the shit. And now we're like, I think the bathroom attendant has more pull than us, you know? And it's sad. It's really sad. Because again, you're fucking with the guy that creates the environment in the club. The floor guy, I'm not knocking the floor guys. I'm not knocking the managers for their positions. But you're not making the club. You're not out there that's got it. You get a pissed off DJ. And I'm the one that always speaks my mind. I've always spoke my mind, and I've trained a lot of DJs, and I always tell people don't put your emotions on the microphone. Whether you just had a fight with your wife or your girlfriend, don't come in the club and bring it on the mic. You know, don't bring that to the club. But you get those guys that you know, you piss them off, they get in that DJ booth, and it's gonna come out on the mic. You know, and that's not the guy you want to have in your club, running your club. You just pissed off over a couple bucks, you know. So to me, the money is a big problem. Everybody's just getting greedy, man. It's a real big problem. Your girls, oh god, wow. Man, we could be here all day. Where do you go with the girls? God bless them. You gotta love them. They're a special kind of.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't even know where to go with the girls. You're gonna edit a lot on this. You know, like I said, you get the girls that think they got seniority, or they think they're better, and God forbid, don't ever have a relationship with a dancer, because one, it ain't gonna end right. Okay. Two, your job is gonna be on the line, because the minute she wants to hold it against you, you're out. You're out the door. It just doesn't end right. Plus, when you got to work with that girl, that's not good. You get these psychos that, you know, well, just last night you weren't telling me to get on stage, and, you know, we were at home and we were fine. Now all of a sudden you want to play Mr. DJ, and no, you know, you can't balance the two. It's not good. I don't know. It's hard to. I'm trying to figure out like stories and stuff. I know you want more stories out of me. I'm trying to think, but it's like.
Still got a bunch more questions anyway.
Oh, okay. I mean, you know, if I get to come back, if I come back to them, you can edit it, and
Yeah, we can come back to it.
I'm just trying to think, because I could bitch all day about bullshit.
All right, beginning of block
The
5.
sun is killing me because it's moving now.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, it's right in his eye though.
Yeah.
You wanna sit somewhere else? You wanna change positions?
Can we move it just a little bit over this way?
Yeah, go ahead. Let's try it out.
Sorry, guys.
Let's stop this anyways, because this is gonna.